Hello, one and all, and welcome to the second round of the League Racing Nations Championship. We are here at France for the first race. We are here with Group CD, the second of the groups in this series. And yeah, for the second round, 10 teams have left us, 10 teams still in the competition. We're going to see 5 of them in action today. So, I am Dak. I'll be taking you through this alongside my co-commentator, Mr. Cookie. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I am doing just fine myself. Looking forward to this one. Of course, the competition begins to get a little bit more exciting at this point, a little bit more real. And yeah, a lot of pressure on the drivers now. So we'll see how they're able to get on. If we can run through the 5 teams that are with us here. So the qualifiers from first in each of the groups. From Group C, advancing in first place, we had Team England 1, and then also we had in Group D we had Netherlands 2, I believe, also advancing automatically because it was top. The second place team also went through by right with just automatically. It was the from Group C, we had Ireland advancing in second place, and from Group D, we had Team USA advancing, and the best loser, if you will, came from Group C, which was Norway. So they're your 5 teams that will be contesting this today. And yeah, so Cookie, what team is your money on?
I think it's quite obvious one. England looks the strongest at the moment in this group. Although the fight for second place will be quite tough one. I can't put my money on anyone, to be honest. Every single team has some good guys, some better and some slower, some faster. So it's gonna be interesting.
Indeed it will be. Now we're going to go on board. The first car to go over the line for a lap will be Mr. Lewis Welsh, who is, well, no other way of putting it, one of, if not the fastest driver on the platform right now. So he's probably a good guy to get an idea of this France circuit here at Paul Ricard. Yeah, it's a very simple layout here, a lot of runoff here through turns at 1 and 2, very nice and clean. Then in a Ferrari representing England, of course, we do expect these guys to be amongst the favourites. So we'll see if Mr. Lewis can fly the flag for them. Now you can see going through the end of the first sector there, he's got Jay Bogan, I believe that was off, and out onto the long main straight there, out of turn 7, now powering down the Minstrel straight with a little bit of slipstream from the car ahead there, pulling him along. And that's actually LNRC, who's not his teammate, but he's still going to help him out regardless. Then Lewis Welsh out of turn 9 onto the power nice there. Aaron Collingwood, that is his teammate. He's actually not getting much slipstream, which is quite interesting. A wide range of tyre choices here. You got quite a few guys on the hards, liquid blocks on the mediums, and as well as Sem, and then quite a lot of the field actually opted for the soft tyres for this first run. Yeah.
Interesting. Might be rain in the race. Oh wait. No, it's
clear. It's clear. Yeah.
Yeah. What am I talking about? That's interesting, actually. Yeah. As Lewis is finishing his lap, going through the final corner, lap looks tidy. Definitely time to improve, but I think it's gonna be a low 31, if not 30. Yeah, 30.7. Wow, yeah, that's a good lap.
Very good lap to open the next up. Tionis goes a second slower than that, representing Norway there in that Williams car. Got quite a few guys over the line. Ellerkun, you can see a full second quicker, but he is on the soft tyres there as Mike goes second. He's also representing the Netherlands, so they're 1, 2, and now 4 for the moment there as Bjorn goes 4th. So you see these different strategies. We'll see if they hold for the rest of the session, but if that's the case, then we could be looking at quite a mix going into the race. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of strategies possible, and to be honest, frankly, I don't know which one is the fastest. Because softs to mediums are possible. Mediums to hards seem to me like the best choice, although a lot of people are thinking about it.
Yeah, it's something that maybe wasn't to be expected, but a lot of the times on the softs, or a couple of them aren't particularly quick, so I feel like, and you see as they got Virus over the line, does a 30.4, I'm thinking, as I say, Joe Brazy looks like he's committed to the softs, but yeah, of course, you mentioned the soft, maybe not as good of a race tyre, but you know, some of the drivers may just be setting bankers on them. But certainly, I imagine with the times it's being set, a lot of these guys are just going all out for pace and trying to get as far up the grid as possible in quali, and maybe sacrificing the race a little bit, but they have that direct position.
Yeah, they probably don't want to get in any incidents in the midfield back. There will probably not everyone's gonna come out clean for the turn 1 and 2.
Yeah. Yeah,
this might be actually interesting.
Yeah, it's a very, as I see, a couple of interesting lines being used on end laps. Anyway, it's
we haven't said anything about that though.
Yeah, it's fine. They can. I think they should be free to do whatever they want. Oysen is nearing the end of a lap here, representing Ireland, of course. Who we're maybe plucky underdogs in this group, if you will. We'll see how they're able to get an Oysen over the line. Goes 7th on a 30.297.
Yo, I got a question. Am I the only one that's seeing safety car going around the track?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm just seeing safety car going around the track in the last sector for some reason.
In the last sector? Who's going through the last sector?
Lewis is gonna probably catch the safety car soon. I mean, I don't know.
I'm looking at the track map and there's no car in the last sector besides Lewis.
I don't know. It's weird.
Oh dear. Alright. Anyway, I've got a car going round on hards. This is Skeven, another Irishman who has had some very good individual results through the opening group stages, so he can certainly fly the flag for that Irish team. Of course, if they're driving on track is equivalent to the amount of talk that they do before races, then you'd expect a world ever performance from them. But we'll see if they're able to deliver when it really counts here in the knockout stages. Skevan hits that apex there, a bit more over the curb, going to turn 15, blowing it to the line. It's a 31.1, which is 4/10 slower than Lewis, which is that's actually quite good. Yeah.
Good lap. That's a good lap. I mean, we are looking at people probably doing it 28s on softs.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, 29s on mediums, if anyone is gonna actually go for that strategy.
Anyway, Alpha Motic, who has also had some pretty eye-popping performances from an individual standpoint there. He goes over the line as 4/10 slower than Skevan, so I think he'll be looking to improve. I believe STV Speedster on the soft tires just come over the line, and we'll see how he's able to get on there. The American starting his flying lap. We'll go on board with him then. Round at turn 1 and out, turn 2. Keeps it nice and clean. There's no real dramas. Keeps it valid. That's quite difficult to do on your quality laps here, so you have to watch out for that now. Into the remainder of the first sector. Heading that apex there at turn 5, and now swimming through turn 6, very difficult traction zone. Run it out wide, now get it into turn 7 there nicely, flat out onto the Mistral, straight into 8th gear, powering down then, getting up over 330 kilometers an hour, and they are nearing 340 on the brakes in a turn 8, and turn 9 the Mistral chicane, getting on the power there, going over the curve on the exit, trying to straight line it as much as you can, and so you don't overexcite those rear tyres. Apparently it's purple through the second sector, glides it through turn 10, and then on the curb into turn 11, brakes from 8th gear down into 4th gear, and then 3rd just to rotate the car through the remainder of the corner. Now into turn 12, very wide entry, got to try and collect that apex and run it out onto the outside curb. It does look like a pretty clean lap from Speedster. And to the final 2 corners then. The long turn 14 runs a little bit wide. It's going to try and scoop it back in and open up this final corner at turn 15 on the power in 4th gear, 5th gear to the line. And is it purple? Not quite. He's maybe a little bit of an error in the second last corner, costing him to go up to get to the top. But it's Joe Breezy his teammate, who currently still sits at the top, over 2 tenths clear. Looking good for America so far. As I say that, Sem goes even quicker at the top, less than a 10 clear. So Netherlands and USA, the Group D teams, they look to be impressing early on, but I think we're certainly to see the best of England. I think that's still to come in this session.
I think Louis is actually really going for that medium strategy. He's doing another lap on hards.
Oh yeah, wow. He'll put quite a few laps on them, so I'm not sure if he'll be able to improve, but if anyone can, it is probably Lewis. I'll look for someone that's maybe a little bit further on a lap, looking to progress. Kuhn is actually, he's getting a brilliant slipstream here from his teammate Sem, and you can see just touching 340 Ks, really flying it into turn 8, just does well to...
safety car. Oh,
he's invalid. I don't know about this phantom safety car that you keep talking about, man.
He just went through him. He just went through it.
I'm not seeing anything of the sort. I think Codemasters have done you dirty there.
Happens.
Anyway, XL Gary on the hards has come over the line. It's a good lap actually. Oh, it's on the medium, sorry. Sorry, I'm blind. It's a 30.9, which is probably a little bit off what he'd want to be doing, so he'll maybe looking to improve further on in the session then. Watching Lewis, where is he?
Lap. He's on in the final sector, going to final sector. Looks like a pretty lap. Oh, a bit of oversteer through turn 12. Difficult traction zone. There's quite a few of those at this track. Into turn 14. Really attacks the inside curb, and that's because he's pitting. So he must have lost too much time from that oversteer and was not improving. So he'll prep as Leclerc blocks, goes fastest by just a couple hundredths of a second. And he's the first representative of England to really get up the top of the timesheets, but he goes pole at the moment then. But it looks like we're going to have a lot of drivers starting on the softs in this race, which isn't really what I was expecting. So yeah, interesting strategies here to shape up, but really it looks like, well, pretty much the whole field will probably be on softs, and it'll be the guys outside the top 10 in quali that are going to have that option to adjust their strategies. As Oysen comes over the line and goes P3, just over a tenth off, so a lot of drivers getting to stack up around that top mark. Blizzard, who's another extremely fast driver there, he representing England, driving the Ferrari again, just like his teammate, gets oversteer out of turn 12, but he's going to keep it going there, riding on that curve into turn 14, keeps a very tight line all the way through the corner there to open up turn 15, puts it in first gear briefly and then short shifts to third to get as much traction as he can then to the line, and it is purple by about 700ths of a second. He is clear of Leclerc blocks, and it's an England 1-2 at the top, but there's still a lot of times to be set, a lot of positions to be swapped. It's an England 1-2, and with strong contingents from, well, every nation has someone in the top 10 at least. Actually, I think every nation has at least 2 people in the top 10, so it's very close. And yeah, that sort of competitiveness is what you want to see from this championship. Definitely time to improve, but yeah, very close from top 5 in less than 2 tenths. Looks like to be a very good final 4 minutes.
It will indeed, and I don't think there's anyone that's actually on a flying lap at this stage. Of course, everyone's gearing up for those final runs there, the critical point in the session, and that is of course where it will all be decided. So I think we're actually just waiting for cars to exit the pits here. That's a kind of a quiet phase that we've got to end this quali session. I see a Ferrari that's going to head out there, and it looks to be, I think it must be Lewis that's heading out. So yeah, he's taking it to the track. Skivan's gone out there as well, as has one of the American Speedsters. So everyone beginning to gear up then. This is the moment. Of course, we've seen all these banker times being set in, and I'm looking to fitted tyres, and it's actually, yeah, and so Skivan. That's quite puzzling to me, because realistically, they're going to struggle to get very high up the grid on those mediums.
Yeah, I don't think that's the smart idea. But you never know. I mean, Louis, you know. You never know what he's going to do. He's so fast. he probably do a mid 29 with this set.
We'll see. I mean, as you mentioned, it is definitely doable to get the 29s on the mediums. It takes a fast driver to do so, but we still have Skivan as well as Lewis. They're very quick, and Tionis as well has opted for the medium tyres. So a lot of these guys maybe not adjusting to the session, because of course we've seen so many lap times on softs, but these guys are starting to, I guess, stick to their guns, and yeah, they're going to keep it out there and, well, go for the fastest time they can set on a compound that isn't the quickest. So yeah, that's a quite an interesting strategy dynamic we're being treated to here.
Very interesting. Though, I mean, we could see some surprises, not gonna lie. At the top, as Luis starts his lap.
Speed's is just in front of him, so
oh, okay, yeah.
it's gonna watch him then. So, navigates it through turn 2, and not well saved. Usually the Americans, they're quite crafty with their slipstreaming tactics, but I don't see anyone that's going to pull Speedster along. He might return the favour for his teammates, so it's just him and his pace. So we've got to keep an eye out on Lewis, Skivan and Tionis as well on those mediums, see if they can do anything relative to the soft runners. What's going on?
Louis backed off.
He's got time. Yeah. Of course, some of these guys giving themselves time for 2 runs, and others opting not to. Speedster over that curb yet again at turn 9. Now blasting towards turn 10. Let's see how he's able to approach this. Of course, it's very easy flat there in overtake mode, so he's trying to maximise the top speed of that racing point. Then tight line, aggressive entry into turn 11, running out on the exit there, back to the other side of the track for turn 12. Really take a wide entry, second gear, rotate the car, bend him over steer on exit, keeps it together. So now he's got to power on then into the final 2 corners. He's a tighter line from him this time than we saw him the last time out. Better of a lock up into the final corner, but he is going to emerge from it, and Speedster opens the DRS, cruising to the line, and it's P4, very tight at the top. It's about a 10th off. Skivan on those mediums, is he able to get amongst it? It's not even that bad of a time, it's a 30.0, and I think he'll probably be outside the top 10 when it's all said and done, so looks like he's going to opt.
Comes over the line, he's going to probably dip in 28, yes,
whoa.
He is. That's a
huge lap from Seb, and that's the gauntlet being thrown down, I suppose. Leclerc is on a lap, but he's invalidated. He will not improve on that time. Aaron Collingwood has gone P2. He's also put himself in the mix for England. We've still got a whole host of drivers yet to come. The flip-flop just got over the line. Joe Brazy comes over the line for P8 then. And
Louis starting 18th. He validated his lap.
Oh wow, that's huge. See,
that's a big mistake.
He's got a mountain to climb then through the remainder of this qualifying session. It goes up to the line, but it's only P16 for him. He'll be disappointed with that. Gary's exiting the final corner, and he's also on the medium tyres, and he barely pips Lewis. Lewis is going to start last in this race.
Oh my god!
Unbelievable.
I mean, that was his intention. Just to give himself a bit of a entertainment race.
We still have some drivers that are still out there on flying laps, looking to do everything they can to move themselves up. Oyston, though, he's not on a flyer. Kuna's behind him, he's invalid though. Jay Bogan is near the end, but Blizzard coming around the final corner. This is an interesting one there. He's already shown he's got pace. Can he trouble Seb's mark? At the top, to the line goes Blizzard's pole, and that's a huge lap. A 28.5, and that's comfortably on pole position. We've got Virus there, just comes over the line, and he goes P15. So that will wrap up, I believe, our qualifying session. And Blizzard at the death, a massive lap, 28.5, and that will be enough for pole in quali. And yeah, well, England, you have to say, they've got 3 out of the top 4 slots, but Lewis, arguably their flagship driver, back of the grid. How does he recover from that?
that's gonna be interesting. Very interesting what he's gonna decide on the strategy. I think the smartest option is starting on fresh mediums and going from that, maybe on soft. I don't know. You have to see. Can you do the rundown today? Because I don't think I'm going to be fast enough.
Okay, Blizzard is on pole position then. Sam joins him on the front row. Let's see how that one shapes up. And Collingwood and Lickleblocks there. Right back up the English threat at the top of the timesheets then. Speedstar and Flip Flop Fish round out the third row. The Americans there. Oysen, Joe Brazy, Morgan and Dantan. They round out your top 10. Kuhn just outside the top 10. He'll have free choice tires. So will Jay Bogan, Skevan, Mike, Virus, Applemutter, Bjorn, Gionis, Gary, and Lewis Welsh. Did it in time, everyone. There we go.
Yes. Nice. You have a lot of work, yep.
Right, let's.
America did a top three of the drivers were in top 10, so
that's good. Yeah,
they're looking good as well.
So we prepare then for the first of two races in Group CD. We're here at the second round. All these teams have put up adversity. They're rivals from Group C and Group D, and they prevailed. But there's still hurdles ahead of them then, and only 2 or potentially 3 of these teams will be advancing to your final. I'm just going to look at the chat then. Big C saying Blizzard coat. Oh yeah, he definitely made a case for it with that lap. Right, the death pulled by over 0.3 of a second. That was
a mad lap.
Yeah.
Oof.
Got a few guys joining from Group AB. Ivor and Mike, what a race. Hope this one will be just as entertaining. Of course, Ivor was the commentator for the last race. We'll of course see how that has unfolded there, the respective points of all the teams in there. Blizzard leads them away from the line then, and we'll prepare ourselves for this race. And if you look outside the top 10, we've got a top 10 fully soft shod, but outside of it there, well, the soft is nowhere to be seen.
Well, I don't know. Well, yeah, top 10 soft. Then only Bjorn and Louis on hards. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, hards are actually not that slower than mediums, to be honest, so he might actually be faster than medium guys.
We have to keep an eye out. This is going to create a very lovely dynamic here. We have half the field on softs and half the field not. So let's see if the medium runners in particular, if they're able to keep up or even get amongst the soft runners off the start, and that puts them in a very strong position to move forward later on in the race. These soft runners are either going to have to bolt and maybe trust in a two-stop strategy, or manage the tyres quite excessively and make a one-stop work here. I think
one stop is the way, yeah.
One stop is the way. But it will not be easy, no doubt about that. They are going to have to look over their shoulder. The advantage that Blizzard has is that he has 9 other soft runners to act as a buffer between himself and the guys that are on the optimal strategy. So he's got that going for him. If he can nail his start, that's going to be one thing to look out for.
He has to pull away from the DRS zone, because if he doesn't pull out from the DRS zone, it's hard to get rid of the guys behind you. As this track is quite hungry on the ERS.
I think Joe Brazy's been disconnected then, the American. So that's going to be a blow to them. You mentioned they had a relatively strong qualifying session, but that's going to hurt them. Hopefully he gets back in as soon as possible. CRG Blizzard takes his place as the first car of 20 on this grid. The English contingent strongly represented amongst that top 4. Sem is going to look to try and split them there. He's performed very well in the Group D. We'll see if he can continue that form into Group CD here. The second round of the League Racing Nations Championship. We got 3, 4, 5 lights. And we're away for the first race of round 2. Blizzard leads them off the line then. We'll see how everything shapes up. Aaron Collingwood, a brilliant start off the line, gets alongside Sem. He's on the inside of turn 1, clears him before they turn into the corner. And Leckelbox, he's on the inside of Sem. And can make it in English 1, 2, 3. Yes, sweeps past the Mercedes there. And he's almost up alongside his teammate there. Speeds has made a very good start. He's alongside Sem now, who's dropping like a stone through the field. He's got to be so cautious there. On the inside of the racing point, they come together very slightly now as they round in a turn 5. Two Americans, they come together. And Flip Flop Fish is round, and several other drivers losing places to so close in that midfield there. Car out wide, I believe that was Mikey rejoins in 14th place there, moving past Joe Breezy's car. A dramatic start. Great start for England there. Sem, of course, didn't get away very strongly as well as Dantan is wheel to wheel with B. Morgan. He's on the inside of the Irishman, but no, can't quite complete the manoeuvre. Looks to get a better exit from turn 9. Back alongside him towards turn 10. They go almost wheel to wheel then into the flat out corner, but I think Morgan is just going to hold down Resi. Dantan's still looking for it there, but it will not get it. But it's Blizzard. You mentioned getting out that DRS, so he's done it immediately. And not only that, but he's got 2 of his compatriots to back him up. Great start for Blizzard.
Yeah, as Louis already made up 8 places. That's an amazing start for him. Not gonna lie. As in the back, Bjorn and Gary are side by side.
Gary running outside. Turn 14 now has the inside line. The optimal run to turn 15, and he is ahead. And then we have Tionis, who must have sustained damage on that first lap. He is into the pits. Of course, Joe Parisi losing out with that ghost car, and Flip Flop Fish as well. Not a big great lap. So
wow, just so nice to watch, Louis. I mean, I can't say anything. It looks like as if there would be like an AI driving, like. Anyways.
Oh, yellows. Sure, who's gone off at the back there? I think that's Joe Breezy's car that's just held up. See, Leclerbox is backing up Aaron Collingwood in this trade for P2 there, defending him nicely up there. LNRC is pressuring Jay Bogan there, and they've managed to keep pace because these medium runners are still in this train that's fighting over second place, so they're certainly in contention. And you can see Leclerbox there, he's right with his teammate, but he's not going to go for any moves on his compatriot there. Kuhn is also close to Jay Bogan. These guys certainly not going to be working together in this race, though we at each other's throats, trying to make a move stick. And Lewis, of course, sitting off them there, and he's able to keep out. A dive from Kuhn. He's on the inside of the Williams there. They come together very slightly there, and that's going to give Lewis a chance. He's getting up the inside, round the outside to turn 13, then the inside for turn 14. He may just get ahead. They make contact. Lewis forces him in deep there. Ski Man almost tries to poke his nose at the inside of LNRC, and they almost come together. The Renault drilling away with the McLaren there as we start lap 3. DRS will be enabled in this train, but Blizzard, he won't have to worry about that. He's taken off 2 seconds down the road. If he keeps it clean, he's practically won this race already. Now he can get out there, manage his tyres, and make the strategy work. And yeah, he's looking brilliant there to bring this home for England.
Yeah, as Louis already cleared almost every single medium runner. Only Bogan is one of him. Just overtook Dan. Is Louis gonna follow?
Oh, round outside of turn 7. He might have just got DRS of Jay Bogan there. The Englishman swapping that battle there. Here comes Lewis now. He's gonna pull to the inside there. Aggressive defence from Jay Bogan, but Lewis has found that inside line for turn 8. Forced him wide, but Jay Bogan's still there on the inside for turn 9. More contact. Wheel back in between. They're almost 3 wide at the corner there. Coming together on the straight. They are 3 wide now. Spectacular racing here. Lewis Stink almost off the track, trying to keep himself alive. Jay Bogan, Dantan backs over there with his teammate, and that could have got very nasty indeed as Sem has passed Aaron Collingwood there at turn 11. Aaron trying to fight back to the outside of turn 12, but he can't quite follow through, and Sem is back up into the podium places and splitting up the English formation at the front of the grid. He's got a long way to go to get Blizzard, but that is a start for him. As further back, Virus and Kuhn, they're battling side by side. Action everywhere at the moment there. No matter where you look, there's always something to be found. Kuhn takes 12 from Virus. Their Alpha Muthic's hanging it behind him as Dantan, who we saw was struggling. I think he may have wing damage. He's into the pits early on lap 3.
Yeah, that's a very early pit. I'm expecting him to pit in on hards. Oh, yeah. Wait, he's on mediums. That's probably a two-stopper from him.
Oh yeah, mediums. Wow.
Interesting strategy.
Not strategy that you would have necessarily expected. The gap for Blizzard at the front sets it just under 3 seconds. That's almost out of penalty range. Leclerc blocks now has a tougher task on his time. Of course, he was getting backed up by Aaron Collingwood, his teammate. Now he's got a rival, LNRC. And the Dutch, in general, haven't had the best of times so far in this race. So Sam has got to try and fly the flag for them and get himself up there. It's not been too bad for Ireland. They have 3 cars inside the top 10. Yeah.
That's impressive. Only Gary is missing. I mean, probably the fastest of them all, and 15th place. He has a lot of work to do.
I feel like Skivan might be knocking on your door in a second, but anyway, Skivan himself is side by side with Jay Bogan, and he's going to surprise the Norwegian there. He's up in the 9th place and chase down Lewis. It's been an absolutely phenomenal start from Lewis, and he's now chasing down the soft runners now. Further back, Alf Mutrick is also progressing through the field. He is side by side with Virus to the final corner. Virus though gets better traction out of turn 15. DRS is open for him as well for both cars there, so this is a drag race. It looks like Alf Mutrick's got the better of him there. Pulls slightly ahead on the straight there, cruising towards one, and the American as further back. Mike is also getting a run on Virus there, the Dutchman, trying to make progress in this race. Wheel to wheel through turn 4, there's contact, and off goes the Haas. He has to take evasive action. He'll lose out to Gary, I think. Will he lose out to Bjorn, who sticks up the inside through turn 5, wheel to wheel, and through goes Bjorn then, making progress. Sam is chasing down Leclerc box in this battle for P2. Late defensive move from Leclerc to the inside, and now Sam's going to try and hang it out round the outside there. Aaron Collingwood also looking to follow through. There are 3 horse racer in this battle, and Lewis is also dispatched. Morgan next up the road is Oysen for him. Aaron to the inside, looking for it in a turn 10, doesn't follow through. Now Lewis Welsh has a look on the inside of Oysen. They glide it wheel to wheel through turn 10. Now the inside line for Lewis. He's through. 6th place for him in the first 4.5 laps. He is on a mission, and I tell you what, England are well up there, looking for potentially even all 4 cars in the top 5 quite easily at this rate.
Yeah. Oh, there's Lico and Sam Pitt.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's see how that pans out. And Oysen as well. So
2 stops, do you think?
Louise, yeah, I think they can actually. It's gonna be hard to do soft to medium, but I think they're gonna have to.
I think Sam. I think there's I don't know if there's either front wing change or graphical glitch. It's the second one, of course it is.
Yes.
But yeah, Sam and actually all these guys are putting on mediums. So are they going to go for some incredible tire conservation, or are they opting for a 2-stop strategy then, a more aggressive strategy, and see if that can work?
Without safety car, I doubt it's gonna work, as you lose probably half a minute in that slow pit lane, and I don't see how you could gain that much time in 10 laps, unless you're Louis, of course. But Louis is already more.
You seem to be saying something good about him every second sentence at this time, mate.
I mean, I just admire his speed, to be honest.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, Alpha Matic, he's also making good progress. He's on the back of B. Morgan and the Irishman there, trying to hunt him down through turn 10, fates the inside to turn 11. There's no way through for the Alfa Romeo, but he is looking threatening as ever there. Skivan is also putting Lewis under pressure then, as they're all beginning to stack up. Aaron Collingwood, Blizzard has taken off in this race, and he now goes into the pits then. Aaron's going to follow him, and now it looks like the soft runners are going to clear away. So, as a penalty for Aaron Collingwood there. That could cost him with the field so close at this stage. What does this mean? Lewis Welsh started last. 6 laps later, now he's first.
Yeah, that's just... wow. Can't say much.
But Skivan may have something to say about that there. Of course, he does have the faster medium tyres, and he's going to hound that Ferrari, maybe look to get away through on the Englishman. We'll see how these guys emerge. Blizzard is out in lovely clean air. And of course, we'll see how the undercuts pay out. Speedster is going to emerge. He'll be wheel to wheel with Sam. The undercut hasn't been too powerful there. Sam and Speedster are wheel to wheel through turn 1. And it's almost round as Sam there. And that's going to be the icing on him there, the Irishman. Pressuring him then in the slipstream towards turn 3, sorry. He's got the inside line. Now the outside for turn 4. Hang it round for turn 5. But no, Sam covers it off. Up at the front. Skivan trying to chase down Lewis, but is unable to make an impression there. Kuhn is also having a run on Jay Bogan a couple of seconds down the road there. Pulls out the slipstream with a Norwegian and they're wheel to wheel. Approaching turn 10. Kuhn has that inside line though, and he is going to clear the Williams man. He is up into 3rd place on the road there. Jay Bogan has to yield that possession then, and Kuhn making progress for the Netherlands. His teammate Sam, of course, is under pressure from Oysen and now behind Speedster. So that undercut didn't exactly work out as he hoped. So it's still so close in this train, led by Lickla blocks now with a lap older tyres, and Aaron may fancy his chances of getting past. Speedster is the one that's got a lot of work on his hands though. If he can chase down 2 Englishmen in front of him there, let's see if he can do it.
Yeah, Skivan has to keep Louis in the, just keep Louis in the DRS zone. I think that he can benefit from that quite a lot.
Indeed, he may well do. He's doing a pretty good job at the moment. He doesn't look under pressure really. He's saved his ERS very nicely as well. So he is sitting pretty nicely as Skivan there, and he is the leading medium starter. And does he even fancy a pop at Lewis well, but Lewis is able to get better momentum off of turn 7, and I think that's going to render him safe from attack. And Skivan's not even using his ERS. He doesn't look bothered at trying to attack the race leader there. Mike looks like he may be attacking Alpha Matic there, closing him down on the straight, but there's no move into the Mistral chicane then. Aaron Collingwood with a lap fresher tyres may induce a swap here at this England train. They can't be too careful. Well, they have to be careful, it must be said. As Sam now is going to go cruising on the outside of speed, so that completes it before they turn in for the Mistral chicane. He is off a place there as Mike out wide, trying to wrestle that 5th place from Alpamatic there, trying to defend it I should say, and losing it there on the outside of turn 11. That's going to put Gary on the medium, sorry, I get confused with the graphic. He is now at the back of this train and looking to make places. And I have to say, Aaron Collingwood has got past Lickla, so they made that swap, and he is now up into 11th place, going to try and drive away and drag Lickla with him. It's Sam now who's going to have to lead that charge and try and stay with them. At the same time, he's got to try and hold off Speedster with all that fresher tyres behind. So Sam is looking pretty decent at the moment there, but he's still got a difficult road ahead of him.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I'm completely confused with the strategies. Don't know what people are doing, honestly. Yeah, Blizzard's sent a fast lap as well, so he looks like he's gonna win this race at the moment.
Unless he does a 2-stop, in that case Lewis from last place on the grid is looking pretty good for that one. Gary, now, even though Mike has DRS, Gary has a strong slipstream. He is to the inside of the Red Bull, the Norwegian, the Dutchman. They're wheel to wheel, and Mike does not yield it easily. He's round the outside, Gary with a penalty, wheel to wheel through turn 9, and Gary completes the manoeuvre. He takes 6th then, runs 6th in a Renault, and chasing down this pack of medium starters in front of him then. It's not been a bad run from Gary so far. Lickla still sitting with Aaron. They're using that DRS to good effect. Sam is just catching ever so slightly, trying to get himself in the mix. Skivan still holding that DRS from Lewis. We'll see how long these medium runners stay out. Blizzard is only 4 seconds behind the front of this train. He's showing great pace, but he may have traffic to contend with in the next few laps if these guys stay out much longer.
Yes, I'm expecting to pit around lap 15, 16. They can stretch those tires, but I don't see how they could be doing one-stop work unless they go on hard tires.
Ooh. Penalty.
Penalty, yeah.
Yeah. And another fast lap for Blizzard. You can see the pace. He's cut Virus by nearly a second in a sector. That's remarkable pace, but it could play to his downfall if he gets stuck in a DRS train. Still looking at this battle between J Bogan and Kuhn. These guys have been extremely evenly matched, and Alpamatic is with them as well, but struggling to make progress with the DRS holding him back there. And it's overtake mode for J Bogan there. He may pressure the Dutchman in front of him there, closing down with Slipstream and DRS to the inside of the chicane. He gets his nose ahead, gets it on the brakes, trying to complete the manoeuvre, and he is up in a P3 then. Another swap between these two drivers. It could be another one in just a matter of seconds, because Kuhn is trying to fight back towards turn 10 to end the tucked underneath the rear wing. Holds back as there's another swap there. Liquid Box going past Aaron Collingwood there. Opposed to still going at it. And they're driving quite efficiently, but Sam is still able to match their pace at the moment there. Further back, there's a battle there. Dan Tan and Morgan. Morgan has to yield that on the outside of turn 9. Gets massively out of shape, and he's going to lose time. He's going to have to regain his composure and try and strike back. As Lewis is actually going in for a very early pit stop on these hards, so he wants them all off him as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
I expect. Oh no, he'd probably be going on mediums.
Yeah, but he won't know. I don't know.
I think they can't. He probably could take those to the end, I think.
Oh, I mean, I don't. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. He could, yeah, actually, he can, yeah. I think he can.
Let's have a
He
look.
won't be far behind Speedster. Just gonna start in front of Oizen, so
Yeah.
he's in this fight, like.
He has fresher tyres, so he could potentially get P2 in this race, you know?
Yes, that's aggressive.
Kuhn is going to try and strike back on J Bogan there. Is there going to be another swap of place there? J Bogan looks like he's got pretty good straight line speed. Kuhn is gaining on him, but turns it down that ERS and runs wide. And that's going to be Alpamatic nearly outside of the American. Tries to cut inside. Doesn't quite get anything done though. Now Blizzard is on the back of these guys. He's got Bjorn just in front of him. There's another swap. Aaron Collingwood is up the inside of Leckel. It's a little bit close to the corner and maybe not quite as efficient. And Sam, slowly but surely, is reeling them in. And now, if he can keep it up, he may well have his first bite of DRS at the beginning of this lap. Lewis though, he's on the charge already. He's to the inside of Speedster, and he may complete it through turn 10. He's already passed Speedster there, who yields it. This is great side-by-side racing further up the road as Blizzard is able to clear Bjorn, who put up a fight in the Dutchman, but ultimately was not quite able to hold back the Ferrari on his fresher tyres. Has got... Yeah. Certainly not going to serve him very well. The rest continue on. Kuhn and J. Battle between these guys there. Lewis, I tell you what, second place definitely right on the horizon there, especially now. But can Sam keep it together with that DRS? It's going to make it difficult for Lewis to complete manoeuvre, even with 5 lap fresher tyres. Can he clear him then? Good exit from Sam off of turn 2, and that might just mean from a run on this short straight. Kuhn, is he close enough to J Bogan this time? He may be slightly closer than he was last lap, and he's got DRS closing him down. He doesn't have a huge amount of DRS, but that is J Bogan there. He may look for it there, doesn't quite commit into the braking zone, sits on the rear wing of the car ahead. Lewis on Sam now with overtake mode there. He's eager to get it, and Sam's not going to fight it, I don't think. Lewis is to the inside on the brakes into turn 8, and there's another position from Lewis. He's got 2 of his teammates right in front of him, so I don't imagine they'll be picking up too much resistance. And of course it's just Blizzard up the road. Blizzard's got a decent amount of clean air there. He's got those medium runners to chase down. Do you think he can take these to the end of the race? It's a tricky one. We'll see if he can manage it. But I expect
he can, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just yesterday I had a 100% race in France. I did almost 40 laps on mediums, so the cup is like 50% race, so I think 20 laps is possible with mediums.
Yeah, the way it's scaled down exactly to the race, so I think the race distance, so I think, yeah, 20 laps should be doable. Anyway, Kuhn is into the pits, as is Gary. These guys putting on hard tyres, and they will easily go to the end of the race, and that's going to promote this train here behind Aaron Collingwood there. And how are they going to arrange this with Lewis? This is a good, interesting dynamic to look for. Lewis, he has more pace, better tyres. These guys are sitting about the same ERS. I think maybe they'll allow Lewis to go through and try and pull the other two along for a couple of laps. It's Speedster that's struggling, relatively speaking, to keep up with this pace. So let's see what happens here then. Lewis on the back of Lecco and turns up his DRS. Lecco keeps it down and doesn't open his DRS, so this is a coordinated overtake. Lewis is going to go to the inside and past into P6 on the road for the moment there. And Aaron, I don't think will put up too much of a fight. Speedster still doing everything he can to keep pace, but Sam seems to be very quick, and he is of course matching every inch the equal of Aaron Collingwood. And Lecco blocks there as Jay Bogan is lost out to the race lead to Appomattox, and he becomes the leading medium starter. Of course, there's very few of them still out on track. So I expect there will be pit stops on this lap. Appomattox stays out. Actually, they both stay out. Bjorn on hard tyres, he is going to pit in. So coming in early, and he'll be opting for the mediums, I suspect, and he should be able to take them all the way to the end of this French Grand Prix. Jay Bogan and Appomattox now is your battle there. Again, they've been pretty close on track. They lead 1 and 2 at the moment. They'll expect them both in the pits very shortly, as we're in a bit of a quiet point in the race for the moment. But Lewis Welsh and Aaron Collingwood, and I don't expect this order will stay the same for long, because clearly Aaron and Lick, well, they're happy to let Lewis take command here and lead on this, take the lead of this train, and probably in a couple of laps he'll be away from the rest of these guys. They're in clean air.
Yeah, I think Aaron won't probably fight it. Yeah.
And pulls to the inside, down the Mistral straight there. Penalty for Tionis. Lewis is in to P4 then, without a pit stop to make, and from the back of the grid. That is quite remarkable. And as I mentioned, he may get P2. It looks like he will get P2 at the moment there. If he's got a great pace, he may even chase down Blizzard. Not that that matters much, as Mike is going to get us Dantan further back. Bjorn is at the inside of Virus and gets the move done then. So there's aggressive Dan coming back at him to turn 10. He's got some good overspeed there, trying to swip right inside of 10, and he might have done it there. Dantan fights back against Mike there. Great battles there all the way down. It's not over because Mike's back on the inside of turn 11. They're wheel to wheel in turn 12. Dantan has the inside line. They're still side by side through the low speed corner. Who gets better traction is almost equal. These guys going at it there, but Mike has the short run through turn 13 into turn 14. Completes it as a move for the Netherlands there versus Norway, and that was quite some racing to the final sector here at France. May it be over? I don't know. Is Dantan going to try and fight back down the main straight? It's a short straight though, and he is going to back off. Gary is also looking to potentially have a look there as he faints the inside as Dantan, but doesn't follow through with it. As now Aaron Collingwood and Lickleblocks, actually all these guys are going to benefit from Lewis powering along, but they all will still have DRS off on this, so this is going to help the likes of Aaron as they power on. Still, Appomattox and Jay Vaughan are out there, and now getting to get chased down as Gary losing place there. He gets forced wide. He's side by side with Dantan losing out there. Morgan up in a 13th place, but how long will he keep that one for? Because Dantan now looking to try and get it back. Morgan covers to the inside line. Is it going to be a done deal though? Dantan's got his nose in front there. Does Morgan try and come back on the inside? He's wheels with his teammate. These guys got to be careful without the coordinate there. So Morgan leaps out the way at turn 9, and through goes Gary. He'll look to chase down Dantan up the road. But Blizzard is now with your race leaders. Do they pit? Very much hoping that they do, but they both stay out. Yeah, they're really stretching these mediums and maybe even going for softs at the end of the race here.
Yeah, potentially. I think that's what they are planning on doing. They can. Oh,
he's going early to the inside of turn 1, and he's through. Of course, Blazer much fresher tyres. It's not really much of a contest, but he is up with a second, and I think before long he will be leading this race by right on track. And he's just got to try and manage the tyres, manage his driving, and he looks like he'll bring home the race win here for England there. And it's looking like even a potential 1, 2, 3, 4 for England. That'd be huge for them in this group.
I think that 5-second penalty from Aaron
will
probably block that, stop that, and Sam might get the third place. But you never know. There's still 11 laps to go, so they can happen a lot of things in those 11 laps.
CRG Blizzard now has your race lead on track then, just like he did at the start then. we'll keep an eye on this battle a little bit further down the field. It's providing us with quite some action. Dantan still has DRS off of Gary, maybe annoying the entire Irish contingent at the moment there. Morgan's had a tough last lap or so, and he will not get close enough to Bjorn to complete any sort of move. Bjorn, of course, with fresher tyres, will probably try and hunt down those just in front of him there. All these guys should be going to the end of the race, so it is a straight fight on track. But of course, the tyre differentials could make that, or could make that more interesting. Blizzard now leads your race. Alphamotic still has DRS off him. As yeah, Aaron and Lecco, what a power team they've been there. Sem is struggling to really do much against them, but if they've lost that DRS from this now, maybe, just maybe, Sem could try and get amongst them there and maybe search for a potential P2 hill. Let's see how the Dutchman gets on.
Louis is catching quickly those first three guys.
Oh yeah.
It's I don't know if Blizzard is safe. He was 6 seconds behind 2 laps ago. Now he's only 4. With that kind of pace, I think Blizzard will get caught just before the end of the race.
I
don't think they will like do much about it.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, by the looks of things, they'll both be away and clear in this race anyway. They may battle just for the sake of it, but of course they got to make sure that they don't take each other off, because well, that's the last thing they want to do. Is Aaron Collingwood goes straight over turn 9 then, and
yeah. Game allows that.
Yeah, it's not exactly what we want to see, but well. Just for clarification, we haven't said anything about track limits. As Sam gets a penalty, that could be very, very crucial. As further back there, Gary is battling away with Mike then. Has his nose in front of the turn 9 and is full car ahead on the second part of the Mistral straight. Gary runs 12th now, of course. Points are awarded down to 15th place. So this battle matters as much as any other. And Gary trying to pick up all the points he has in a straight fight with NLR Mike gaining points for Ireland. It's not looking too bad for Ireland. I think they'll score I think they're all roughly mid.
Points, yeah.
They're roughly mid-table overall. Of course, but Skivan on fresher tyres. He's driving a good race, Skivan. He may actually be able to chase down the cars in front. And we're still waiting for Alpha Mutic and Jay Bogan to pit. And of course, he mentioned it's a slow pit lane, so they'll probably fall well down the field. But of course, with fresher tyres, they'll be right on it at the end of the race.
Yeah. I'm just gonna look at the race director to see who has penalties. Louis has 2 warnings, Blizzard has 2 warnings, Alphatunk just got a penalty, Bogan has no warnings.
Wow.
Ooh, Aaron has a 5-second penalty, Lico has 1 warning. Oh, yeah, Lico overtook Aaron.
Yep.
Sam has 1 penalty, Speedster has a penalty and a warning, Skiban penalty, Poison only 2 warnings, Goen no penalties, Gary 1 penalty, Mike, ooh, penalty and 5-second time penalty, Morgan, Ben has only 2 warnings, Flip Flop 2 warnings, Byra's only 1 warning, Johnny's 2 penalties, and Dan 10 5-second time penalty.
So really, what I think Aaron's role could be in this battle, what will be P3 eventually, is to potentially act as a buffer, because he's going to lose out to the cars behind at the moment there, unless there's some serious shenanigans going on there. But I think that he should probably just try to protect Lecco from any sort of any attack from Sem or Spadesta. We'll see how that one shapes up. Or potentially Aaron goes to the lead and Lecco maybe tries to slowly back her up. Of course, don't do it in a dangerous manner, because that will penalise the team very heavily. So we'll see how that all shapes up. As now, Lewis, you mentioned Blizzard isn't safe. The gap's less than 4 seconds. Now, of course, these guys aren't exactly fitting amongst each other, but Lewis has made great progress there. As Aaron goes on the 4th place, these guys just swapping and changing every couple laps. This alternation has worked very well for them, and ultimately it's subdued Sem and Spacer there, because they've not really had a chance of challenging then. As Lewis is going to cruise past Alphamotic, runs P2 on track, and yeah, well, what a race he's driving, last second. And at the moment, you have to say it's looking like a very high scoring round for Team England.
Yeah. As Bogan is in P11 with fresh softs, so he's gonna be flying probably 7 laps, 8 laps. He can gain some places as well.
I'm intrigued to see where he comes out relative to Alpamatic, who's just pitted, because he was running just behind him on track, keeping up with the American. Of course, with the undercut, fresh tyres, he may be able to steal March on the man in the Alfa Romeo. There's a penalty for Blizzard, so that might hand the race to Lewis. We'll see how that goes. I think he's he's safe. It's safe in terms of team points though for England, that penalty, so I don't think there's much to worry about there for Blizzard. As Alpamatic emerges from the pit lane, and Jay Bogan, well, he's jumped in by some distance. He runs 10 now in the top 10, and with Kuhn right in front of him, Oyson's not too far ahead either. He's got work to do, and he can potentially grab 8th place in this race.
Yep, and without penalties,
yeah,
probably even place for more. Louis is catching Blizzard. Yeah.
Yeah. This is an interesting one though, because I don't think the 1, 2, 3, 4 for England is actually done yet. Because think about it, because Sam and Speedster both have 3 seconds. Aaron needs a 2-second buffer. At the moment, he doesn't have that. I think beating Sam is unlikely, but he does have a very real chance of at least getting P5 in this race by beating Speedster, who also has a penalty.
Yeah. That is possible. That's still possible, you know. They just have to get out of the DRS zone, which is quite hard. Given is very slowly creeping up to Speedster. He's probably gonna try and get to within DRS and try and maybe overtake those guys. Oh.
Here we go. It's the charge of the soft runners now, and it's Jay Bogan versus Kuhn then for P9. Of course, we know Jay Bogan doesn't have penalties. He's running quite low on ERS, but I don't know if this will be much of a contest. Will he go for it in a turn 1? His first dose of DRS, then he has overtake mode activated, but turns it down immediately there. So he's not going to look for the move just yet, but I think later on in the lap it will be. Lewis Welch looks like he will win this race from the back of the field, which is quite remarkable there. Blizzard, I think these guys are potentially still going at it. Because I know that it's a team sport, but these guys are competitive. They want to win the race, regardless of the team situation. So I still think Blizzard and Lewis are probably still pushing, as there's another swap there. Leco Box goes past Aaron, but I think it's probably best for them as Speedster picks up a penalty, and that's going to put Skivan within his range, I think, as Jay Bogan pulls the inside on LR Kuhn there and moves up for Norway. Norway haven't had a great round there. They have, well, 3 cars outside the points, and it's really up to Jay Bogan to bring home as many points as he can for the team. And Oysen is the next car up the road there, and it is necessary that he gets past him so that Norway stay in this thing.
Yeah. I think at the moment, besides those, I mean the England guys, that looks like they're gonna just get away with points. Ireland looks like to be second at the end of this round. My calculations are correct.
I think it will be quite close.
And 15.
I think it will be quite close between Ireland and the Netherlands. I think USA.
Do they have 10 penalty points as well?
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, I think Ireland. I think they might be second then. You might be right.
Yeah.
Which is a very good round for them.
That would be a very good round. Yeah.
Especially with
expected for them. In my opinion.
Because I think Skivan is on for P6 here, which is a very good showing from him, the Irishman. And Oysen as well backing up, but I think that his position in 8th place won't last too much longer, as Jay Bogan hunting him down at every single second there. Alpamatic may try and get through as well then. He's chasing down LR Kuhn a couple of seconds behind this battle there. Another penalty for Tionis then. Looks like he will probably end up behind his teammate Dantan, but that's not going to really mean much. They're outside the points regardless, and yeah, it's not been a good day for Norway. But of course, England look like they're going to dominate this one. With Ireland, I think I'm trying to do the calculations. I think because
Sam will get 10 points, so that's
I think.
immediately. Oh, wait, no, not 10 points.
I think Netherlands will probably score the second most points from this round, but I think the penalty points will put them behind Ireland.
Yeah, actually catching up Easter now.
Yeah, and he has that. He has an opportunity of. Well, he has him anyway at the moment, unless he gets a penalty, because of Speedster's 6 seconds, and that means Speedster and Aaron is a very interesting dynamic. Skivan is not actually out of consideration. Commentator's curse. Great.
Oh, as Aaron actually dropped out of the ERS zone.
Yeah.
ERS.
I think Sam is definitely on for P4 then in this Grand Prix.
Yeah.
As Jay Bogan now versus Oysen for P8 to the inside. It goes Jay Bogan. He's going to clear, and they're Alphamotic on Kuhn there. He's closing, but he's low on ERS. There Kuhn defends the inside line slightly there. Let a look to the inside from the Alfa Romeo, but there's no way through. Still though, he can probe for opportunity. Another penalty for Blizzard, and that essentially hands the race to Lewis. But I still think he will get P2, and of course a potential England sweep of the podium. That looks like what's in order here.
At the moment, yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case. As Cohen is defending quite aggressively, but within the limits. Alphaville has to get past him as quick as possible.
He gets a good exit off of turn 15. It may be without a shout, but he doesn't. He runs a bit wide, and that's going to render any chance of getting into turn 1. That will be no good. As Aaron has recaught Leckwell. This is all getting a very up close and personal here. And Skivan, he may still swing a surprise. He can potentially, as his tires will be getting better and better relative to these guys, as the medium begins. Yeah, he has DRS off the Speedster. Speedster has to watch out. These guys both with 6 seconds. So do not count that out. As Aaron, chasing down Leckwell, sets up behind him. As this furious battle for P10 may continue. Kundo has just picked up a penalty. Aaron's out. He's disconnected.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, why he had X.
As Alpamato.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh. That's gonna lose England quite a few points because the field is still so close. Speedster is gonna run wide through turn 11, but he is passed. So what is it?
Gary and Bjorn are side by side.
And they're wheel to wheel. Aaron's immediately got back in, but he will be about a minute before he takes control of his car then. It's on the inside, it's Bjorn on Gary. As what's going on further up the road. Is that Alpamatic and Kuhn if they come together?
Yeah, they Kuhn just smashed into his rear. Luckily no one spun, but Alpamatic lost a lot of time.
Wow. Bit of controversy. It has been quite a clean race overall, has to be said. So well done to these guys, but that is a incident. Actually, Blizzard and Lewis very close on track. Lewis will get it on penalties anyway. But we'll see how that unfolds. Will they battle it out for victory on track? We'll keep an eye out for sure. I don't expect it to be a heated battle. As Skivan, late lunge into turn 6. He's with Space Days. Oh, they come together off the track and into the wall. Skivan. Wow. An ambitious move from the Irishman. Doesn't come off. He's got damage, yep. That was such a late move. I don't think Speedster was expecting. And both of them spearing off to the outside then. And Skivan, I think he will have, as Aaron does get back in, but I think Skivan may still get P6 in this race, but he went for it, took the first opening that Speedster gave him. And Sam's also out. Wow, what's going on?
Wow. What's happening? Whoa, 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 whoa.
What is it?
Mike as well.
Mate, is the...
That's...
I think it's the... Oh, no, that's Morgan, lobby host, yeah.
Oh...
Yeah.
This might...
I don't really know how they're going to arrange this, because this is...
messed up a lot of things, yeah.
I think this puts them all over this race, because this has seriously hurt England and the Netherlands, both of them, quite dearly.
I think we're gonna have to repeat this tomorrow.
No, I think I don't know if it's right to take the standings from the end of a certain lap. I don't know, but that's because that's down to a connection drop from the lobby host. It's nothing to do. It's nothing to do with the. It's nothing to do with the connection to those guys that lagged out.
Oh, that's a big.
So.
Oh boy.
Well, Mark's saying take results from the. Yeah, I agree with that. I think you have to take it from the end of.
Yeah. Damn. And the penalties as well.
Yeah, once that's all added up, I think that's a. I think that's a fair suggestion. It's obviously it's not exactly fair, especially on the likes of Jay Bogan and Applematic, who are still making progress on the softs. But really, it's the fairest way you could possibly do it, because guys disconnecting through no fault of their own, well, that's obviously can't really be penalising the team. So I don't know. It'll have to be discussed. Of course, me and Cookie both help organise this. So.
Sam Pitt.
Oh no. Yeah, I think that's it. You can't take these results because.
And Karen, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not fair for those guys.
Yeah. So,
we probably won't be able to please everyone, because some guys is like Hogan will probably want to stay 6th. I mean, a lot of points for Netherlands, and I mean, yeah, we have to discuss that after the race.
Yeah, although I don't think there'll be much doubt about your top 3. Really, I think they were pretty much dead set anyway. So.
Gary is close to Bjorn.
See there, that's what unfolds then. Of course, as Bjorn gets a terrible run out of turn 7, and Gary is straight through into P10. Of course, we will have to take these positions with a grain of salt. And I'm seeing a battle here of Speedster, and Skiman actually got alongside there. A furious battle raging for P3. Of course, it will be P4 on track. Skiman, despite the damage, he's giving everything he's got. A late lunge on Speedster to turn 12. Can he get this? It's battle there. Speedster runs wide, comes back through turn 13. Still, Skiman has the opportunity. Speedster trying to cover the line. They come together very slightly. A late lunge. Speedster's on the inside of Wickel, and there's a switch back from Speedster is blocked. Skiman gets cut off by Speedster. Wow, what a conclusion there. As actually, well, Skiman actually must have had 9 seconds because he lost out anyway.
Yeah, it's going up, but again came together.
Oh wow.
This is gonna be.
Yeah, so we're waiting for them.
Yeah, Zaron just cut the corner, all the corners.
Yeah. I think what we have to we will discuss this. Obviously, we can't really look at these results because realistically, it's highly unfair to take it as it is, as Tionis will be the last car over the line. So yeah.
Wow.
This all the drivers, these results will probably not. In some cases, they will say the same, but I think in others we will have to introduce compensation. Anyway, we won't talk too much about that because Lewis Welsh has just come from last to first in a 50% race at France against some of the best drivers on the platform. I'd say that's pretty decent. So yeah, that is going to be it then. I think what will stand is the England 1-2-3 and a very high scoring performance from them. I'm on behalf of QVR who've organised this event, I'm terribly sorry that this has happened because it's kind of put a damper on what was a great race, a really entertaining one. But I won't take the liberty of reading through the results. I think we'll have to wait on, because obviously you had Aaron and Seb that were fighting for podiums, and they've, you know, they've dropped well down the field. So it's, you know,
have to, yeah. As it stands, first 3 places probably won't change.
Yep.
And I think we have a winner, Louise and Lizard, in top 3, all England, so they look like they've already have it in the bag.
Yeah, England did looking very good already in this round. But anyway, I think we will end it there. A great race, despite all the controversy right at the end. We'll probably look into having a, because I know I saw in the chat Mark, who's coming back to race for Ireland next week. He will host, and hopefully the connection's a bit more stable there. It was looking just fine until Morgan disconnected, and then that obviously set the whole thing off. But we'll not gloss too much over that. We'll end the stream relatively quickly. So yeah, that is the first race of round 2. Very good race for England, and of course still 2 spots and potentially 3 spots up for grabs heading to that final. And with that, we'll wrap it up just here then. I'm Indaka, he's been Cookie, and until next time, we'll see you later.